All right, let's get going, my dude. Sweet. And I'm back here with the champ, Michael Isaac, the machine.
What's up, brother? How we going?
Fucking good, dude. Great to have you back.
Yeah.
Been on a bit of a journey since... Yeah, you weren't actually on here that long... Oh, sorry, you were on here not too long ago, but a lot has happened.
Yeah, it's been like it's been like 6 months, but you'd almost think it was like a year.
Pretty much, honestly, the amount of stuff that you've done.
Yeah.
And what your experiences. So I just want to start off like after the podcast, you went had the, was it Knees of Fury 97?
Yep. So
that was it.
So I didn't fight on that one. So I went to Bali.
No, Bali was first.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. So you were set to fight in Bali. What was the competition? Cool.
It was a Knees of Fury.
It was a Knees of Fury event.
Yep, but it was held in like the biggest nightclub in Indonesia, I think. So it's called Atlas Nightclub. So it was like huge venue, and I was supposed to fight this Moroccan kid. Huge international fight for me. I think he's fought on like one championship like 3 or 4 times. He's fought on RWS, which is Radjadamnern. So he was a big step up for me in competition, but yeah, what an event to do it on. But unfortunately, the fight didn't actually happen because of
visa issues?
Visa issues, yeah, which was
Right.
was so weird. I'd never ran into that problem, and like every fighter I knew also hadn't ran into that problem as well.
So weird.
Yeah.
So why? What was their reasoning for that?
Well, there's like there's a Muay Thai community over there, and apparently it wasn't ran past this like an elder in that community, and he wasn't happy. Basically, we had to have working visas because Muay Thai and boxing are considered sports, whereas MMA isn't considered a sport.
Oh.
Yeah.
So is it not recognized as a sport over there?
MMA isn't, because it's quite early days.
It's
there.
still early, yeah.
Yeah, but Muay Thai and boxing, obviously,
a lot of history, yeah.
like very traditional arts. So we were on the wrong visas, so the fight didn't end up happening. Yeah,
Wow,
quite a weird one. Yeah,
How many others?
Myself, this young kid named Elijah. We were the main and co-main event. And one other person, I think it was a girl. Yeah,
So 3 people couldn't fight.
Couldn't fight.
Main and co-main event, like nothing could be done.
Yeah, nothing could be done. Yeah.
Wow.
So it was the first time, obviously, I'd run into this problem,
Yeah.
and Elijah as well. Elijah has like a real extensive career in Thailand. So he's had I think he's like 14 years old. He's had like 50 professional fights, which is crazy. It's like unheard of. But he'd never ran into this problem as well, and he'd been fighting all over the world.
So strange.
Yeah.
Because then you're in Bali for a bit, and then after this, if people don't know, and if people obviously know you know this, that your account got hacked.
Yeah.
Literally like a day. Well, was it a day afterwards?
It was 2 days after. So I was in Bali.
I was already like not in. I can't fight. Bad spirits, and your bloody Instagram gets hacked.
So I was there, couldn't fight, gutted. But then next day, obviously myself and my coach Ethan is the promoter of Knees of Fury. He was devastated. He was just like, man, this is horrendous. But we both licked our wounds, picked ourselves up, whatever. We carry on. And then the next day, so I decided to stay in Bali a little bit longer because I have Thai trainers over there, and I just wanted to get some work in with them.
And also you can spend some time,
some
go to
time.
the beach,
just
and
hanging
chill out a little bit. Yeah.
But
have you been to Bali before?
Yeah,
You've been to Bali, so you've got coaches there. But you've been there. Was it quite a long time ago? I saw a photo that you went there and did some training 10 years ago or something.
It was probably 4 years prior. Me and Nico.
4 years ago.
Yeah, we used to we were going to live there long term, but we had to come back due to COVID. But so 2 days later, my account got hacked, and then I'm sitting there, I'm trying to get it back. The guy ends up WhatsApp messaging me, and I looked up on Google. It's quite common for your account to get hacked through WhatsApp because WhatsApp is connected to your
to the Meta.
To your Meta and also your phone number. So they must have got my phone number, tried on all the accounts, then obviously it texts through if you want to change your password, and they've obviously got my phone number so they can change the password through my phone number on WhatsApp. So I lose my accounts. Then the guy actually ends up messaging me saying do you want your accounts back? Give me X amount of money. And I was like,
prick.
I was like, bugger off, I'll just make my own. I'll make a new account.
Yeah.
So then I uploaded a video saying, hey everybody, my account's been hacked. I tagged King of the Ring, Box Finesse, CSL. I tagged all the big major people that have something to do with me. And I was lucky enough, man. Like they all shared it. King of the Ring reposted it. Everyone So I basically got all my followers back. I think I'm like 400 under what I was on.
Damn, that's impressive though. Just like already, so that's great.
Yeah. Nah, so I had like heaps of like good support from the community, which is crazy. Like heaps of people I didn't even think would repost it were reposting it, so it was awesome.
Well, it does take so much work to build that, right? You've been building that for like what, 10 years?
Bro, I'm like posting stuff I've already posted like 5 years ago, just to be like, hey guys, I did this, remember?
Yeah, exactly, because everyone's got memories of a goldfish. So.
Yeah,
but a good way to remind people as well. It's like, by the way, guys, done all these fights and I won all these competitions. Yeah. That sucks, dude. But it's good that you got it back and like, it looks like things are in full swing now.
A little bit better. I had like, it was cool like making it because all my friends were like, man, don't remake it, just try to get your account back. I was like, you know what, this is my chance to like rebrand and like remake. So now I do like some tutorial videos or like voiceovers and stuff.
So I wanted to talk to you about that as well. Was like I noticed with some of the content you've been doing fight breakdowns of your fights and some of the little techniques and like even I watched one video you did with your coach with Ethan is really cool with like the one where you're doing like it's like a cross and a hook and was that like a 2-3-2 or something? Yeah. And then you do it in the fight and it's like that's really cool. I haven't maybe there are channels out there fighters who do that, but I haven't seen it like the cut like that because I was like that's a nice cut. Whoever edited that, I'm like boom like there's the training straight into the fight.
It's cool. I like I said, I felt like I'd want to rebrand and just sort of like show people like because I just post like the generic fight stuff, like photo of you doing the pose and the photo of you with a bunch of belts.
Wait, every fighter loves doing that.
I still do that all the time. Like, that's my default.
You're
but I was like, you know what? Why don't I do like a little bit more? Like a little bit more personality, a little bit more like, hey guys, this is what I'm actually like. And it's been. I've got like a whole bunch of new followers and a whole bunch of new people that reach out to me. So like a new audience essentially. So it's good.
Yeah, well done, man. Yeah, I think it's good. I think you have a lot of opportunity now, especially that you've been fighting overseas. You got international experience, big local experience, and obviously going to grow more. And you're getting all these like good habits in because that's only going to grow, your brand and opportunities for future. Because you got to get it while it's hot.
Yeah.
And I know you get that, so that's good stuff. Something else I was the fight that you had, that unfortunately, was that 90 Knees of Fury?
It might have been 97.
The one that you lost.
Oh, that might have been 97.
That was 97, yeah. So you lost that, unfortunately, to a decision, but against an amazing opponent. One of the best. How many fights did that guy have? Like 150 or something? They said he had
70, but I looked him up on Wikipedia. He had 170. So it's crazy.
How good? Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, well done, bro. That guy. I mean, how old's that guy? How old was that fella?
We were the same age.
Same age.
27.
Oh, damn.
He's
fighting from the age of 5 or something? Like,
I think that was his life.
Yeah. So, man, kudos, man. And what I loved the most about how you took that was a video you put up later on, that CSN videoed it, and you're just like, I'm not really that bothered about that loss. I'm actually kind of proud of it because I proved that I can hang with the best. And I'm just like, fuck yeah, man.
Yeah. I think, because I was on like a 9-fight win streak or something like that. So I think everyone was a little bit
awesome as well.
Yeah, everyone was like, oh, how's he going to take it? And then like I just won that Kunkuma
you did.
world title, and then I lost it to that guy, and everyone was like, oh, how's he going to act? And I was like, man, I whatever. Like obviously it sucked. Like losing sucks. No one likes losing, but I was kind of just like, man, like I could sit here. Like, am I going to stop? No. Am I going to get better? Yes. Am I going to potentially win that title back? I was supposed to fight that guy, but there's a little bit of back and forth and a little bit of issues trying to get him back over. But, I was like, am I going to get another world title? Well, yeah, if I keep going on the same way I am, then yeah.
You must have learned so much from that fight.
I think...
Did you? I mean, I guess in my head, when you go to a decision, especially, you went the whole way, it was a big brawl, big battle.
Yeah.
You must have learned a lot from someone with that experience. Like, what were kind of your takeaways? And this episode is sponsored by me. Do you struggle with sleeping, and particularly struggle with light and sound while sleeping? I think it's time you get the sleep that you deserve. My business, Infinity Sleep, specializes in sleep well-being products to enhance your sleep quality. I've been using sleep masks and earplugs for the past 3 years to help improve my sleep, and I'm so stoked to finally have ones that have been created for my own sleeping needs. If you would like to learn more about my business, Infinity Sleep, please visit our website, www.infinitysleep.co.nz. By making a purchase, you are directly not only supporting a local Kiwi business, but also this podcast. Use the promo code ONLYSCOTT15% and receive 15% off your first order. Go to www.infinitysleep.co.nz to get the sleep that you deserve.
I definitely learned that how to sort of play the game a bit, like that guy was like little things that I was doing that obviously, like they knew how I fought, like they knew I was kind of big hands and just a real strong right hand, and that's, if I landed on the chin, I'm going to 9 times out of 10 put someone down. But I didn't put him down. I caught him with a big right hand and he just kind of ate it. He was like Rodtang, essentially. But
that's also kind of like, that can be a bit psychologically like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
We're going to have to go a bit harder on this one.
I basically learned, like, you can't just, like, stay the same. Like, I had the same game plan that I had for the other guy, but I was like, well, it only worked for the other guy because those were the tools I had to bring to that fight. Everybody's different. So I had there's like an interview with one of my friends, Sammy Beelan. I think that's how you say his last name. But he fights as well. They're basically interviewing him, asking what his game plan was for a fight. And he said, I'll just see what the fight tells me to bring. And I kind of thought, and he doesn't speak very good English. Or he speaks English, but like it's kind of broken English. Like,
right, yeah, not fluent.
Yeah, but I'll see what the fight tells me to bring. And I was like, that's a great way to approach every fight. I'll just see what it tells me to bring. Like I approached that guy, Sam Nang was his name. And I was just like, I'm going to use my hands and, set up a, 4-punch combination, blah, 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 blah. But I was like, I forget about all these other weapons, I forget about my push kick and my kicks. I have a really good right kick. I forget about my switch kicks. I forget about, going southpaw or, just sort of changing the tempo. I was kind of doing the same thing, and that's how he was able to capitalize on me. So,
do you reckon he had studied you?
Well, the funny thing is about Cambodia, if you look up my name in Cambodian, there's quite a few articles about me. Cause,
wow.
Yeah, when I was
that's so cool. But yeah, also that means that they can check you out.
Yeah, when I was in Bali, the other international fight that got stopped was this girl fighting a Cambodian girl. And there was like maybe a team of 8 Cambodians. And then when I weighed in and came off, like I saw these Cambodians and like just didn't really sort of think anything. And they were like, oh, Michael. And I was like, what? And they were just like, oh, machine. And I was just like, yeah. And they were like, oh, we know you you fought such and such for a world title. And I was like, oh shit, like you guys know me? And they're like,
that's cool, dude.
They're like, yeah, famous in Cambodia. You're very famous in Cambodia. I was like, oh, what the hell? I had no idea.
After Cambodia.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was just like, oh shit. They're like, no, you have good name in Cambodia. And I was like, what?
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was pretty it was eye opening. Even after this last fight, I think there's a video on Facebook of mine and Sam Nang's fight, and there's like 1.5 million views on the fight video.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was in 3 days. Me and my brother were looking at the view count going up, and it was at 1.5 now. It might be more now, like I haven't checked since. But,
wow. Yeah. And that's just like pretty much mostly Cambodians.
Cambodians,
like watching it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess, blessing and a curse. Yeah. Because now they can study you.
Yeah. But it is cool. Like, I got heaps of like Instagram messages from Cambodians. They were all saying, oh, we like how you fight. We like how you fight. You come to Cambodia. And I was like, what?
Oh, so good, man.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. That's great. That's really good. Back to the fight, though. So you entering that fight, you were using the same mindset, game plans.
Yeah.
And then you're like, ooh. Okay, so that's probably a good lesson to take away, isn't it?
There's
like
more
every
to it.
fighter, there's way more to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still, man, fuck, a guy's had that many fights and you can go to decision regardless. That's impressive.
It was still quite close. So there were a few rounds that were a little bit of swing rounds, but at the end of it, I kind of like stood there and I was like, I don't think I won. Like it was close, but I think like the judges will make the right decision. And if they don't make the right decision, I will give this guy the belt and say,
right,
I think you won because I thought he'd won. But,
is that? Oh, that's something else interesting. Is that worse? Have you ever had that before? Where, like, for example, you'll be in a tight match, but it's kind of like I think the other guy got it, but then you get the win, and then it sort of feels a bit strange. Would that feel? I don't know. I don't know what that would feel like.
Nah, I haven't. I've definitely been the other guy where like I felt like I'd won, but the other guy had won.
Right.
And I'm sitting there like, what? But that happened to me quite a bit in my amateur career. I was like the split decision king. But yeah. But
that's almost. Would you say it's good to have that experience to begin with, though?
I think so. Yeah.
Tougher fights, like you really have to fight tooth and nail, and then obviously you're going right to the end of like you're fighting all the rounds.
Yep. Well, that was the cool thing about. Well, not the cool thing about losing that title, but that was the thing about losing was I'd lost a lot of my amateur career, so I already knew what losing was like. Like, it was not like people think I have like this crazy amateur record that's like 20-0 or something like that. Man, like I probably am like 15-5 in my amateur career, something stupid like that. But I lost a lot of my amateur career, especially the early days, like my first 5 or so fights. Yeah.
But that's like, I don't know. I feel that's almost more valuable to lose that much in the beginning.
I think so.
Because obviously more in the MMA way stance, but Jack Della Maddalena, the only losses he has in his career are the very first MMA fights he had.
Yeah.
Everything else has been winning. He's never lost one.
Yeah, it's like a secret weapon, I think. Like, and like obviously when I put that post out telling everyone, you know, like I'm very fortunate to have lost a lot of my amateur career. People were like, Did you lose a lot in your amateur career? I was like, man, like my first 5 or so fights.
Yeah.
I was like 1-4 or something like that. Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I feel like that's what makes you be. It's testimony to what you've done, right?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you'd almost have to have that experience.
Yeah.
And then like because you've had that and you want it more.
Yeah.
And you're like, I know I can win. But if you just win in the beginning and you get comfy, the ego gets big, and then you lose, and then
ego's a big one. Like I definitely say, and I say it to the younger guys, like the younger guys in our gym now that are coming through, and they obviously don't know the story behind like how I came up and stuff like that. Like Ethan and my other coach Alexi would know, but
they just see you winning.
They just see me winning, and I'm just like, man, like it's built, not bought. You know, like I wasn't this talented guy rocking up to the gym.
I had to work hard.
Yeah, I had to do the work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a natural fighter.
How long was your amateur career for? I can't remember if I asked you that.
I had my pro debut in 2022, so yeah. Muay Thai in New Zealand's a bit funny. Like you can have like one pro fight and still fight amateur.
Yeah.
So just before King of the Ring, I fought Jeffrey, and then before that, I had like a proper run at being pro. That was my second pro fight, and then Jeffrey was my third, and then from there out, it was professional.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What was the difference?
Basically, you get paid, and it's 3-minute rounds.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I'd been paid for like a few amateur fights, so they could be considered as pro fights, but they were still 2-minute rounds.
Ah yeah. Okay. So that's the big difference. It's and it's still 3 rounds though. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 or 5.
3 or 5. Yeah. And then the recent fight, dude, Knees of Fury. They're back again. Took the title back. Damn.
Yeah, no, this is a different title.
Different title, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So,
Tell me.
Yeah, so this time I was fighting a Thai. This is for a WMC title.
WMC title, sorry.
Trans Tasman. Basically that just allows you to fight on this promotion called RWS, which is Raja World Series. Radjadamnern is like the oldest stadium in Thailand. It's like pretty much if you fight like traditional Muay Thai or like proper Muay Thai, not one championship, like proper Muay Thai with like 8-ounce or 10-ounce gloves, you go to Radjadamnern, and that's like where the big boys fight, like where the best in the world sort of meet. So that was basically to gain entry into that, and so I won that. So I believe it's sometime next year. I'm not too sure on the date that I make my RWS debut. Yeah,
Wow,
which is cool.
Is that exclusive? Have you told anyone else that?
No. So that was sort of like at the fight, like people were saying that like this fight gains entry to RWS, but obviously, like it wasn't too publicized. Like CSN didn't cover the last Knees of Fury, so it wasn't majorly publicized.
Oh, dude, that's exciting.
Yeah, it's cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Raja Stadium.
Yeah, but to fight a Thai as well. He's from Sydney, so he trains people at a gym called SRG. SRG gym in Sydney. They bring a lot of Thais over from Thailand to be trainers and fighters and stuff like that. So it was very cool to get a win over him. Like, it was because he's like southpaw and like more of a technical fighter. Like also clash of styles. More of a forward aggressor, and he's a technical fighter. So it made for a good fight.
Yeah, it was funny watching it because I saw like some of the highlights and that, and like it's like most of the guys like laughing.
Yeah. Honestly, it felt like a game of Muay. Like it felt like a game. And it was good sportsmanship. Like there was no animosity and stuff like that. There was like a little bit of taunting and stuff from him, but that's just the game.
But just fun, more like fun taunting rather than like
jovial,
mean or something.
Yeah.
It's kind of like and he cut you up a little bit as well.
I dropped him in the 4th round with a left hook. And then I was kind of standing there like, can I get him out of here? Like, like, is he sort of still out to where I can get him out? So I started spamming punches, kind of sort of pulled back and was like, I don't think I'm going to put him down again. Like, I don't think he's going to go down again. Got him against the ropes again, started throwing more punches, and then I saw him loading up these elbows, and I was just like, ooh, I've got to kind of, like, keep my wits about me. And then I stayed in, like, that sort of range for too long. He threw this downward elbow on top of my left side, split that open, and I was like, oh, shit, that was, like, decent elbow. And then I just felt this warm, like, gush down my face, and I was like, okay, he's cut me.
Yeah.
Then it started going to my eye, and I couldn't really see. And he kind of looked at me, and he was a southpaw, so he kind of looked at me, and then he switched back to orthodox, and then just started spamming right kicks on that side because he knew I couldn't see. So it was real, like, clever gamesmanship from him. So he started spamming right kicks, kicking my arm, like, holy shit, like, I need a block, but, like, he's, like, too close for me to lift my leg up and
pressuring.
block.
Yep.
I was like, should I catch? I was like, I don't want to take these on my ribs. So I was just like, what do I do? Bang, bang, and call with all these right kicks. And then the ref stops it, check the blood, to get the doctor to check it. So I was like, okay. They check it. I think I had like 40 seconds or 30 seconds left in the round. I was like, well, I've already won the round 10-8. So I'm going to pull back and just like know that I've won the round. So I sort of pulled back. I threw like a lot more shots and stuff like that just to sort of keep it active. But yeah, I pulled back a little bit just to know that I'd won the round. And I'm not going to get him out of there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Does that, like, knowing you can't get him out of there, obviously you made the adjustments, but you're thinking about that in the moment. Does that kind of, like, screw with you a bit? Like, I can't put him out.
Well,
but I guess it sounds like you're just like, nah, like, I just can't. Like, this is the plan.
Yeah.
Like, got to be quick thinking. Like, this is what's happening.
That's the thing with suffering. Like, that's something I did know already, but suffering that loss, it was kind of like a major refresher. Like, you have to be able to switch between weapons, between tactics. Like, if this thing's not working, stop doing it. It's not working. Change. Do something else. That's not working. Change. Do something else. This is working. Okay, we'll build on this and try make it work better or make it work even better to where I can put them down or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, man, so calculative.
It's such a chess game at like high level fighting. Like, even guys in the UFC, like, it's such a like you say, like Eugene, like, he does so much film study and stuff like that. 'Cause at that highest level, like, every little like 0.5% counts. Yeah, and you have to be ready to change on the fly. Like, you can have a game plan, but like, can you really have a game plan? Like, you got to be ready to change on the fly, like at the flip of a dime.
So many like changing like aspects. Like, everything can how you feel on the day as well.
Yeah, as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's But that's crazy. And then you ended up in like an A&E. I found this crazy. Like, I'm watching the fight. You get, you win it, and then you end up going to A&E, and you got the belt.
Yep.
You're bleeding, and you're just there on your own.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, isn't that a reality check?
Yeah. So to be fair, usually my mum sits in A&E with me, but she had like work commitments the next day, and she'd like kind of stuffed up and not gotten that shift off. I was like, look, just go home. Like, you can't really help me here. Like, I'll just sit there by myself. She obviously felt terrible leaving there by myself, and I was just like, you can't like, what are you gonna do? And she's like, oh, I can cancel the job or whatever. And I was just like, well, you can't. Like, where are you gonna stay? Oh, and I was like, there's no room in like my flat. Like, there's no spare bed or anything like that. So I was like, well, what are you gonna do? Sleep in the car? Like, who wants their mum doing that? So I was like, better off just going, like, I'm a grown man, like, I can sit here by myself. It was actually quite cool. Like, I sort of sat there and, like, there was, like, this Indian couple sitting there with their kids and stuff like that, and they're looking at me like, what has happened to this
he's
guy?
been in a huge street fight.
He's been in a street fight. I just sat there and I didn't say anything to them. I just didn't care less. I was just sitting there with this belt on the table, on the seat, sorry, and I was just like, man, like, I felt quite, like, proud of myself internally. Like, I was sitting there, I was like, you know what, like, I feel quite, like, content. Like, I'm quite happy to, like, and it's weird because, like, it is such a lonely sport.
Yeah.
Such a lonely sport, and that is quite a reality check, but I actually didn't have a way to get to A&E because my car, right before the fight, ended up breaking down.
Oh, no.
So I had to walk to the venue.
No.
Man, it was like terrible. I was driving around my car all day on fight day. Then I park it up, go home, have a nap, blah, 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 get my bag ready, and then I come downstairs, jump in the car, put my bag in the car, try to start it. I'm like, what? It doesn't start. And I look at the time, and I was like,
that's a bad sign.
I looked at the time, and I was like, I'll get some walking. So I just like jumped out, locked it, I just started walking. And luckily I don't live too far away from the YMCA, but I was like, man, like, yeah, what am I gonna do? Like sit there and be like, oh my god,
Stress,
you know, what
stress.
do I do? I was just like, man, like I'll just deal with it later.
Yep.
So yeah, I had to get my parents to drop me off to A&E, but no, it was cool. Like it was definitely I was quite content after that, like internally.
That's like a movie, bro.
Yeah,
like finishing off a fight, like getting the tie, like bleeding, and everyone's like, "Oh, amazing!" It's like crowd, and then it's like sitting there, and
yeah. But the funny thing was, so I'm sitting there. I put this Facebook post up that I'm sitting in A&E. Like a funny post, like I'm not
because you got called up by your by your opponent.
So my opponent calls me up. He doesn't speak English that great, but he speaks enough. So he's like, "Oh, hey brother, how many stitches?" And I was like, "Oh, not sure. I'm still waiting." He's like, "Oh, sorry brother, sorry. I'm sorry." And I was like, "No, don't worry about it. Like it's all good." And he's like, "Okay, take care." I was like, "Okay, see ya." And that was it.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Like I guess obviously I know this. Like with people in the combat sports community, 90% of people are really lovely people.
Yeah.
And then I think to the average viewer, they're just like, why is he saying sorry?
Yeah.
Like to beating you up. And it's just like, well, it's still like afterwards, it's a sport, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, that's how the world title, like I lost that. And same thing, my opponent comes up to me and, we like shake hands, blah, blah, blah. He's like, "Oh, sorry, brother, sorry." And I was just like, "Oh, it's all good." And he's like, "Nah, sorry. And then he walks off, and then I was like, "Oh, he's saying sorry because like this is obviously he knows this is my hometown." Yeah. So he's saying sorry. I took
it
this
from
moment,
you in the
and I was
hometown.
like, "Oh, don't worry about it."
That's the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a movie right there.
Yeah.
You have when you make your documentary.
Oh man,
that's got to be in it.
I need to get like a Brando Peritich. I need to get the vlog that like follows me around, but I don't have as much charisma as him to like keep the vlog entertained. I'll be like sitting in A&E and then just be like, say something, Michael, and I'll be like, that'll be it. Like I
want to go home.
Yeah, I want to go home. I want to get some Maccas.
Oh, yeah, I'm hungry. You haven't eaten any like much in the last few days.
Yeah.
That was such a real moment. I haven't. Again, I haven't seen anybody in like fighters or anything post stuff like that. I think you've actually chosen a really interesting angle because same with like the pre-fight stuff, it's just you and your coaches before you walk out. We talked about a bit about this last time, but I guess it like reminded me it can be very lonely.
Yeah, it's a lonely sport, man. Like, and even then, like you got your coaches, which is like, I think, your main people you need around. Like I say, I don't want no yes men and stuff like that. I don't want
I remember it's good.
But even then, like I remember sitting there, standing there, like walking, pacing back and forth, and my coach Alexi was there, because my teammate was fighting, so Ethan had to be up there with him, and then I was the next fight, so I was sort of pacing back and forth. I kind of looked at Alexi and I was like, had like questions about the fight, and I was like, should I ask him? And I was like, why? Like, I'm going to find out within the next 20 minutes, Like,
what else can we talk about?
So
there's nothing to talk about.
There's nothing to talk about. Like, there's nothing to ask because, like, all the thinking has been done 8 weeks ago. So I was just like, just kind of stood there in silence, really. Like,
yeah, because it's almost like, this is a random comparison, but it's almost like before you go into an exam and you start studying more before you go into the exam, it's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
Like, maybe you pick up, like, a piece of, like, knowledge or something, maybe, but like probably not, because once you get in there, it's like, oh shit, like now we're going, That's kind of what that, I don't know, maybe that's the comparison. I mean, you start talking to your coaches about the game plan for the millionth time, and then you try and, I don't know, maybe it's like something new that happens. But in saying that, I'm just reminded in this moment of Alex Pereira's second fight with Yuri.
Yep.
And they were, do you know how he won that fight? Because he won in the second round with that head kick. I don't know if you remember watching it.
Yeah.
So this is actually a complete contradiction to what I just said, but the coach, Alex's coach was watching like Yuri's Instagram.
Yeah.
And he saw like his head movement and like how he'd like move.
Right.
I'm sure something more technical there, but anyway, he saw how he moved and he told Alex like, oh, when he does this movement, launch for left kick.
Yep.
And then that's how he wins and knocks him out.
Shit.
I'm like, far out. But that's crazy. Like that is like, that must have been, I mean, maybe half an hour before the fight.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. Yeah.
Little moments like that, eh?
But I don't know, like I don't think that happens ever.
Yeah.
That must be like 1 in a million.
I think it does happen, but it's 1 in a million.
I think that's a 1 in a million example. I think like what you're describing is like in that experience.
That's kind of the reality.
That's the reality of it, But that one was, I remember like him talking about it. I'm like, what are the chances?
Yeah.
Like, you
Yeah.
can watch someone warm up and your coach is like, yeah, this is what you're going to do. This is how he moves. And he's
Yeah.
going to do that in the fight. And you're like, whoa.
I had moments like that in like sitting in changing rooms, and then like even in fighting and in training. Like, and I think most fighters will be able to sort of relate to this. Like, you get weird moments of like deja vu. You're like sitting there like, I've seen this before, or I've heard this before.
Yeah.
You know? And I don't really know how to like capitalize on saying that, you know, like feelings of deja vu, but maybe the fighters like can understand, like you get these random feelings of deja vu. You're just like, I feel like I've seen that before, you know? Like, yeah.
Yeah, that would be weird. I remember you telling me, like, one of the King of the Ring fights you did last year, the King of the Ring fight you did last year, and you saw, like, was it the second opponent you had? Like, his leg was sore?
Yeah.
And you were just like,
yeah.
I can capitalize on that.
Yeah.
But again, like, unless you were sitting there for that exact moment, or
Yeah.
he's there, like, and maybe you'd see it in the ring, I suppose. You probably would, but I don't know. But then you're like, I can just, straight away, I've got a game plan.
You kind of know. You got a little bit of an idea of what to do. Yeah.
That's fascinating. So many so many little so much. It's just so much tactics.
Yeah, it's such an interesting sport. Like I definitely I get quite fascinated about it like a lot, and I think like losing as well. It reinvigorated me. Like now I like watch probably more fights than I ever have before. Like, and I really think about it. Like I think about the sport, and I love hearing
Like pause it, and then you're like, wait, what was that little thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
I love hearing like the corners like yell out stuff, and I'm sitting there like, why are they yelling? You know, like what can they see that, you know, potentially I can't see watching on a TV screen? So yeah, I love hearing people's corner advice. I love like watching the sport and then just trying to understand like why are they calling that? Why don't they do this? Or wait, if they do this, they're out of position. You know, and just little things like that. And I catch myself doing it on the bag. Like I'll throw something wrong or at the wrong time, and I'll be like, I shouldn't do that because now I'm out of position. And then even when like I'm putting some food in the microwave and I start shadowboxing for like 2 minutes, you know, while the food's heating up, and I'm just like, I'll like throw like a 1-2, and I'll be like, well, I wouldn't do this when somebody's here. So like I think about it quite like intensely like that, and like, quite technically. Even my sparring as well, like I have bad sparring days, and I'll be like, well, you did wrong because you were in a bad position here and you kind of threw this at the wrong time. Yeah.
What a studier of the game you're becoming.
Oh man, I think so.
Sensei Michael.
Bit of a nerd, really. Yeah.
No, but you have to be.
Yeah.
If you want it, this is what you want. This is the dream. This is the life. But not just the life. This is your lifestyle. This is what you're pursuing, right? Like you have to be committed to it because otherwise someone else is gonna.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like someone else is going to commit themselves in a way to the sport. So I just, especially in fighting, like, that's what else want to ask you about? Is there anybody else at the moment because you're doing a bit of coaching now as well, right?
Yeah, a little bit of PTing.
A little bit of PTing in that?
Yep.
But obviously you're in the gym every day. Is there any other fighters out there we should be paying attention to?
Ooh, like professional or amateur or?
Either or.
There's a couple guys in this upcoming 62 King of the Ring in November that are looking the goods. Obviously Alejandro very good.
Yeah, Alejandro. I saw he posted a video today of him on the bag, and I was like, my God.
Yeah.
It was like the most he was like throwing these punch combinations and low kicks, and I'm like, geez Louise.
Yeah.
Good luck to whoever fights him.
Yeah, one guy there I think everyone's sleeping on in New Zealand is this kid named Ongjane Rot. Is his name. He's got quite an extensive career in fighting in Thailand and stuff like that. He's got crazy international experience. Actually, I think he's like fought in like Cambodia like 6 times or something like that. You know, like fought in Thailand a bunch. All low key. Like I only followed him like maybe 2 months ago. And I was like checking his Instagram. I was like, man, like where has this guy, like how have I not heard of this guy? Like what the hell?
He's been in some backwater town in Thailand hitting bamboo.
But I met him at the last Arsenal event. So I'm looking forward to seeing him in King of the Ring. Reed Miller, he's from the South Island. He's another one coming up. He's got another, kid that's like crazy international experience, and you kind of look on their Instagram and you're like, why isn't anyone talking about this? Why isn't the community sort of like getting behind these guys? But I think a big one that I think a fighter in New Zealand that doesn't get a lot of credit for what he's doing, I think probably the biggest is Lucas McAdam.
Lucas McAdam. I've heard the name.
Yeah.
I might know the face.
That's the thing. He's quite a well-known name in like Australia and stuff like that, and obviously Thailand. He's fought a lot there, but New Zealand, man. They just like,
People just don't know him.
People just don't know him, and I'm just like, man, like he's a really good fighter. Like, you know, he's not knocking dudes out, but he's technically really good. Like, he's obviously, you know, he's got the goods to fight against the elite level. So, yeah, I think he's probably the biggest one that no one gets around, like no one gets behind. Yeah,
I imagine there's so many people like that in New Zealand.
yeah.
Just in general. I don't even think it's just sport. I think it's just everything.
in general.
Business, art, like it's just the nature of it. I don't know. It's just I have this conversation on this podcast a lot about New Zealand and how we perceive people doing things in New Zealand. Like we don't bring people up enough.
Yeah.
And like people doing amazing things, but you have to do something like I don't know, like what people need to do to prove themselves. Obviously, from like an easy one. Obviously, if they're like MMA, like if you're in the UFC, it's like, oh wow, from New Zealand. But it's like, but the dude was like kicking ass for like 5 years already in New Zealand and Australia.
Yeah.
They've been doing really well at other fighting competitions.
Yeah.
And you could say that as well for like obviously film and that. But as soon as suddenly with an Oscar, it's like, oh, he's from New Zealand or she's from New Zealand, and it's just something. Yeah, I mean, I talk about it here a lot, but I don't know, it does bother me.
Yeah, it is quite weird. Like, I think recently, like probably Cam Rowston's an example. Like he's been
in the game a long time.
He's been doing it. Like he's been like beating people up and doing king of the ring. Like, he's won it twice, and like now he's just got signed. Like people are starting to realize, oh shit.
Oh, I was so stoked because he coaches some classes at CKB I go to, and like when I saw him like. When he won that Dana White Contender Series, I'm just like, fuck yeah. And I'm just like, here we go. And then he then did that fight night in Perth, and all the odds were stacked against it. And I'm like, I don't think these guys know who he is.
No,
and comes out, knockout. And I was just like, and I was like, damn, all hands, because Cam's also amazing at jiu-jitsu. He's a brown belt. He's a jiu-jitsu coach and really good. And I'm just like, man, like no one has even seen his full arsenal of skills, you know, and I'm just like, fuck yeah, Cam. I try to get him on here, but he's busy boy.
Yeah, he's a bad man, and like, just people don't know.
Yeah, because I remember because unfortunately he did lose that Dana White Contender Series fight, the first one, but that was also like an annoying matchup. And in his defense, the guy who he fought had like been on there, like it was like his third time, and I'm just like. That's just a bit of unfortunate. And then Cam just dominated all these fights afterwards. He got... What fight? Was it a SFL fight or one of those Australian ones? And he got the guy in like a calf slicer. And I'm just how the fuck do you get a guy in a calf slicer? No one does a calf slicer. Came out with that crazy like taxi... Like, what's that movie called? Was it Dirty Taxi? It's an old movie, but he like shaves his head and that and looked crazy. Got the Halo theme song. It's cool. I'm a big supporter, but I'm just like, damn. Like, it's cool watching these guys come through, and this and the Balkan Bear as well. Damn, that was great. He's been doing it for a long time, training at the gym. I don't really know him, but see him around, and wow,
he's a bad man too.
You better watch out, Tom Aspinall, man, because this guy's agile and strong.
He just needs one shot.
That was crazy.
All those heavyweights, but I think Brando especially.
He's fast though as well. You can't just It's interesting. I feel like I don't know. Maybe just because Tom Aspinall being in that division heavyweight, just seeing like obviously how agile. I mean DC was also very agile too, and I guess John Jones when he was there. But like we're kind of I don't know. It's like you can't just be a big guy who can hit hard.
You gotta have more.
I don't think those days are gone. I don't think you can do that anymore.
That's the thing about MMA these days. Like, now it's that's the cool thing about City Kickboxing. Like now it's the new wave. It's a new wave of guys where like, you know, they're not just strikers coming to MMA. Now
it's not strikers trying to figure out how to defend a takedown, or it's not high level jiu-jitsu guys quickly trying to like get someone in like in a hold or something.
Yeah, they're guys that started with MMA.
Yeah, they're learning MMA. Yeah, it's completely different. Rather than coming from one discipline, there's a lot of like different like thoughts and ideas and philosophies around it. But I do believe, it's starting MMA. How are you going to lose, you know? Because even like the thinking, like if you just do pure striking, because also the rule set's entirely different. And if you're conditioned to a certain rule set, like trying to adapt to a completely different one. I mean, even for like yourself, you know, doing traditional kickboxing and then doing like Muay Thai rules. That's already like pretty different. But people will be like, oh, still punches and kicks. But like, no, this one's got elbows, this one's got more knees. Like, you know, different tempo, like different sort of, like you stand a bit differently, like, you know? So, yeah, it's just a lot. Yeah, I think like there's just a lot more to consider. With those details, eh? So yeah, Radjadamnern Stadium next year, and obviously this year, you know, I imagine is that kind of No fights booked for the end
No
of this
fights
year.
booked for the end of this year.
Is it back to work?
Well, actually, I have been. I've actually been redundant for the past. So just before I flew to Bali, I was made redundant. So
Fucking hell, man! You really got put through some shit before that.
I got made
Oh my
redundant.
God.
The Bali fight,
The Bali fight, lost your account.
got put through it. Yeah,
Damn.
and then my car also broke.
And the car
as well, just before Bali.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, had it all. But yeah, we're on the up at the moment. You know, I've got some got a little bit of part-time work going on and
Nice.
PTs and stuff like that. So
Yeah, well, the PTs, right? And then you enjoy doing that. What part-time stuff you doing?
so one of my old PT clients, I sometimes PT him. You know, my coach Ethan mostly has him. He owns a business called Car Pal. So it's a car dealership.
Oh,
so I just do odd jobs for him.
Helping out in the car dealership?
Yeah.
Oh,
like
nice.
2 or 3 days a week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Part-time job as well, so you
That's
still got
nice.
lots of flexibility.
And he
That's the
trains as
one.
well, so like he kind of gets it, you know.
Yeah, he understands what you're trying to. Yeah, I guess that's actually key, right? Because they understand what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
You're trying to go to like a job. You're like, oh, I also fight, and they're like, what's that? And you're like, well, I do like this kickboxing, and I'm training a lot, and they're just like, well,
Why do you do that?
Yeah, it doesn't sound like you're going to be committed to the job, and it's like, yeah, but like I'll be here.
Yeah. You'll be here till 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Digging a trench or some nonsense.
Yeah. It's like, but it's like, oh, you got a dream. Oh, that's cute. See ya. It's like, oh.
Yeah. I had one of those once.
Yeah, I remember having a dream.
As a sip
Now I'm
of beer.
stuck in work. Like, you have to work hard like me.
I've got a mortgage and 4 kids.
Yeah.
And a divorce. Yeah. It's quite interesting. My last day at work was actually quite interesting. It was like probably my worst day of work ever. And I remember like standing there and I was like drip soaking wet and I had my hivers on. I'm at this like factory. For some reason we're working at a factory that day. But I was like drip soaking wet. It was pissing down with rain. Absolutely bucketing down. And it was cold as well. It was like coming into May. So it was like freezing. And like, I think it was like a week before I flew to Bali. And I remember just standing there. I was like, I'm never, ever like, like wearing the stupid hivers and being some dumb laborer.
Yeah.
Ever again. It was like a moment of clarity. I was like standing there. I was like,
that's it.
I'm done with this job.
Hey.
Yeah. Never look back.
That's a real moment.
Yeah.
That's a real moment for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's brave. It's also brave though.
Yeah.
Because you have to I guess it's just the clarity of knowing what you want, right?
Yeah.
You know what you want. And a lot of people,
Roughly, I think I'm getting there.
But a lot of people don't know what they want.
Yeah.
And I think that's where people probably get jealous.
Yeah.
I don't see everyone's Michael, he won these titles, he did these fights and stuff, and obviously they don't understand the work you put in.
Yeah.
But I really think what it is that a lot of I just find it in my life. I find people who just don't know what they want.
Yeah. Or they're like,
or they do what someone else thinks that they're using someone else's way of life. Like, oh, that's the life I should live.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's like, I don't know. It's like not. They haven't thought about it enough.
Yeah.
Self-reflection, I suppose, of actually what they want. Getting deep, but it's true.
Yeah.
I
definitely saw a lot of broken dreams in like sort of there is a lot of broken dreams in the trade industry. Like, there's a lot of guys that had dreams, but they like, for whatever happened, they had kids or mortgage or whatever. Something happened.
Or maybe something tragic or silly.
Yeah.
And it's just like, man, like life's too short,
Yeah.
To have that.
But
it can be a lot. I think also like with fighters as well. I mean, you're obviously an example of someone doing well and on their way to success and going to keep working, and you know what it takes. But there's a lot of, from what I know, there's a lot of broken dreams in the fight world too.
Oh,
a lot of injuries you cannot come back from.
Yep.
Like that's it. Like probably a certain amount of concussions you can get before it's all right, like you can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Like I know guys as well who've like had crazy surgeries.
Yep.
And it's like, if you get kicked there again, like we can't fix it.
Yeah.
And you've got no knee.
Yeah.
Sometimes
like I feel like with fighting and just life in general, like some people call it God or whatever, but like fate and like some things are written. And like I've had like other conversations like this with heaps of fighters and stuff like that. And like some things are just written. Like some things are supposed to like dudes that can't fight again because of an injury or something like that. Things like that. Like it's unfortunate. Sometimes it's a freak accident, but sometimes it's written. Sometimes it's like it's supposed to be that way for a reason. Yeah, because maybe they roll into coaching or something like that and they become the best coach ever or something like that. Like, or they start a business and they become a really successful businessman, or like they inspire someone else, or something like that. There's always like a flow-on effect, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that. But it depends if you want to listen to that fate.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, or have that as like a, it's God, or.
But also, like, how would you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tricky. But I know what you mean.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah.
But I guess it just depends on, because what I think about, even like things I try and do, and sometimes I tell myself, I'm like, how badly do you want it?
Yeah.
How badly do you want it? Are you going to work? Are you going to work? Because there's no one else going to do it for you.
Yeah, that's it. That's true.
And it's like, sometimes I'm not a fighter, obviously, but I with business or with even doing this podcast sometimes, and I'm like, oh, I can't be fucked. Like, I'd rather do something else. And I'm like, but hey, man, someone else out there wants it.
Yeah. Yep.
And they're working. Why aren't you working? And I'm like, oh, yep.
Yeah. I was getting inspired. Like, I feel like social media is pretty cool like that, because sometimes I'll go on social media and I'll see somebody like training, and I'll be like, man, they're like hitting the bag harder than I am. Like, I gotta up my game or something like that, And even this last fight camp, like I was in camp with one of my teammates, Dion Wilson, and I'll be like hitting the bag next to him, like I see him like ripping the bag, ripping out these cool combos and like going hard, and like I know he's tired, but I'm tired too. And I'm sitting there like, man, like Dion's training really hard, Shit, I can't let the guy like hit the bag harder than me, Like I gotta keep up or like do more.
I gotta keep going.
Yeah, I gotta keep going, Like so it's cool. Like that's the beauty of like doing fight camps with your teammates, and like just training with your teammates as well. Like even if
inspired.
You're just inspired,
and you're also just like, man, I can't get left behind. Like, because if my opponent will be like them or maybe better, right? And it's just like, got to keep up with it.
Yeah, even like Daniel as well. He came to sparring once and beat me up, and I was like, man, I gotta have my game, Like,
how dare you,
this guy? Come on, Daniel.
Well, that. I think that's the thing that people with like fighting sport, like say it's a lonely sport and it is an individual sport, but it's also not.
Yeah,
it's a funny middle ground where it's like it's an individual sport, but you need your team.
Yeah, yeah.
But on the end of the day, it's up to you in the ring. But before that, like you need the team to train.
Yeah.
So it is in a way it is a team effort.
Yep.
But
it isn't. You gotta live the best of both worlds, I would say.
Yeah, I think it's good like that. Like that's what I'd imagine it's like. Because did you ever do much team sports growing up?
Nah, never. Yeah, hated them.
Hated the team sports.
Oh, I sucked at rugby too. I was butterfingers, and I didn't understand the rules as well. That was a thing. Like I remember I caught the rugby ball, and I looking at my mates, and they just like run over there, and I just like turned around and ran backwards because I thought the idea was you just don't let them catch you. So I ran backwards, and then they're like, "Oh, you got to I heard somebody say put the ball down." So I put the ball down on the try line, and I thought I scored a try because, I just ran to the other side, but I just ran backwards away from everyone. Oh. And then everyone's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "What do you mean? I've just scored a try. You guys are idiots. You're running over there. Like I ran away from everyone." But I couldn't understand it, and
I think the other thing with team sports, in my experience, is like you really have to all be on the same page, which I think is really hard.
What do they call it? Synergy or
synergy? You'll have to be like mentally intertwined with each other with the game plan. Because if one person fucks up that little game plan, like
it's just like, bro,
that's it.
And then it's like, especially in New Zealand, it's like, oh, bro, you like messed it up. You know, like it's like pretty harsh. Like,
yeah, we are very harsh with that.
Yeah.
You let down everyone.
Yeah,
it's like I don't mean
you suck. So that's why I got it. And I was like, man, rugby sucks.
Everyone's mean. Yeah. That's also I found that when I played football as well. Similar. Everyone's just like, why'd you fucking kick the ball that way? And I was like, get it out of here. Like we're in defense. I want to get away from the goal. And they're just like, oh, but ruin the plan. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, but in fighting though, it's like I guess but then you have also the team plays, right? Like if someone goes too hard in training, or if they hurt you before the fight, got those considerations to make too. So you got to trust your training partners and that, because that's like that must also be hard, maybe from a coach's perspective. It's like, all right, I need to make sure that all my fighters are on the same page with each other, and but they also need to push each other, but they can't push
too hard.
Crazy hard, because otherwise they can't fight.
Yeah, that's the thing with
that's a hard balance.
Yeah, with sparring, sometimes we get these like dudes that come in and they'll see me and they'll see the accolade and stuff like that, and they want to spar me, but I don't know them, So I'll be like,
So what are you gonna do?
yeah, I'll be like, nah, you're all good. And they'll be like, oh, what? And I'll be like, nah, I don't want to spar you.
No,
because I don't know you.
And you probably understand they're like, let me see what King of the Ring boys
Yeah.
like, you know, and it's just
Yeah.
like, like I can't, like you're just gonna
Yeah.
cut. And even if they obviously aren't very good, which they're probably not,
Yeah.
like, what if?
Yeah, what if? And It's
Yeah.
like it's a bit of a risk. So I'm just like, man, like especially like if there's someone like let's say Daniel comes in, you know, I know Daniel. He
Of
knows
course,
the game
he's
and stuff like that.
he's also a professional as well.
Yeah, but if it's a guy that's had like 2 or 3 fights and I don't know him, and I'm just like, I don't know, bro. You know, like
Yeah,
let me like see you work and stuff like that, and then I'll
Yeah.
gauge you. Yeah,
we got to be careful. It's your career.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
like, you know, like I'm not putting myself in that danger.
yeah.
Oh yeah, fighting with the gym heroes.
Yeah. So we call them the gym champs.
The gym champs.
Yeah, the world
That's
champ
it.
in the gym, and then,
Yeah, well, career left in the gym.
yeah.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen that. I've seen that clip on Joe Rogan GSP talking about that.
a lot of
It's
guys-
like a lot of guys leave their career in the gym.
A lot of guys do.
It's an ego thing, I guess, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
like in the gym, I need to be the best. It's like what?
Yeah.
In the gym of like 20 people.
Yeah.
It's strange. Where the rounds are, yeah, it's like it is strange.
Sometimes you need to, like, there's a good healthy amount of ego. Like me hitting the bag next to my teammate Dion. That's a healthy amount of ego because it's like, oh, he's hitting the bag hard. You know, I got to do it hard too.
Yeah,
you know?
that's good.
Yeah, it's normal ego, but like I would never like try to hurt him. And like I know for him, like he would never try to hurt me. Like you know, like yeah, that's where the ego's checked, and it's yeah.
Have you done anything unique in the recent fights when we last spoke? Have you done anything different in your training, like different physical? I don't know, like is it like different the way you spar? Maybe you do different. I don't know, yeah, any different techniques, different training regimens.
Couple of things like not the regimen didn't change too much. Like obviously I bought Daniel in for sparring.
Yep.
Because I was fighting a southpaw, so
Hey, there we go.
I happen to know the best southpaw in New Zealand.
Yeah.
So I give him a text and say, "Hey Daniel, can you give me a hand?" Yeah, so I had him come in. Lucky enough, his newfound coaches let him come in. So shout out to Ghost Fist. But I was, like I say, studying the game a lot more. Like I would go home and watch fights, and like I wouldn't just watch fights. I would kind of like watch them. You know, like I'm.
You write notes and stuff, or do anything like
Not
that?
really. I just kind of take mental notes, and I'll pick a fighter like in my head that day, and be like, I like this guy. I want to watch this guy. Yeah, so I'll watch like a lot more fights than I usually do, and like sort of break things down. Then like I'll set like little goals. Like I used to do this anyway, but I set like more goals. So I'd usually only do a lot of bag work like in the mornings and stuff like that, and then before 1 class a week. But then I upped it to like 2 classes a week. I'd do like more bag work, so like extra rounds. And then I pick like a focus. You know, I want to work my teep today, or I want to like. You know, like some days I'll hit the bag and I'll be like, man, I feel like real shit. You know, I can't get like a flow on. I'll be like, well, that's what I'm going to work on next time is getting a flow on quicker. You know, just getting a feel and getting a gauge for like what's working today. And also massage. I had one massage in my whole life. I had one massage, and I hated it. I thought it was the worst thing ever. It was in Thailand. And it wasn't one of those like it wasn't one of those dodgy ones. You know? It wasn't one of those hey handsome come in. You know, it wasn't one of those ones. But it was just like so I was staying at a gym at a boxing camp, a Muay Thai camp, in Ubon, Ratchathani, which is like the what is it like where all the poor fighters come from. I was like 19 years old. And it was, like I say, 19 years old. It wasn't still one of those dodgy massages, but
it was a legit one.
it was a legit one. This massage lady came to the gym and like massaged us, and she got to me. Like I'd never had a massage before. She started like, you know, they do the elbow on your hamstrings, and like my legs were kicking. I was like, man, what the hell? This is so uncomfortable. I hate this. This is terrible. She's like, oh, you just got to relax. And I was like, no, I don't want to relax.
Yeah,
like,
taking elbows.
You're like touching me and stuff. Like, you know, go away. I don't know you. Yeah, so I found out this massage place, like deep tissue massage. So I turned up and I was like, man, I hate massages, you know, like I don't like people touching me and stuff like that. I went, I was like, I'll just see how I feel afterwards, and I felt mean, like I felt amazing afterwards. Did the sauna and ice bath after that, and I felt great. Like usually sauna and ice bath, I feel like maybe 40% fully recovered afterwards, but with the massage on top of that, I was like 70%. So I was like, man, that's like the new thing I'm starting to do was like massages every Sunday.
Nice.
But yeah, those are like, what's that, 3 or 4 new things that I was bringing to the camp.
No, it's quite a bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
the massage thing, yeah, that's a bit of a secret. I don't think, well, not a secret, but I'm assuming a lot of fighters will do, but they do like physio, I guess,
Yeah.
but not like a massage.
Yeah.
Like massage, I suppose.
So I've never seen a physio.
Have you not?
No.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what people go to them for. Like, I don't know. My mum was like not much of a believer in physio, you know. She's like,
Okay.
why would you go to a physio?
That's interesting because I've heard that for people do that with chiropractors as well.
Yeah. Yep. So
It's interesting. Chiropractor for me changed a lot. It was amazing. But I think it depends on the person.
Yeah.
Physio works better for some people. Maybe a chiropractor, maybe massage.
Yeah.
I am also someone who does not like massages at all.
Yeah. Well, that's probably like a tip for like fighters in general. Like
Recovery.
After every camp, I try to look back and go, what can I do better? You know, what can I add? What can I subtract? That's going to make the finished product even better. You know, so this next camp for when I make my RWS debut will be like, okay, what can I add to this one that's gonna ramp things up a bit more. So last year before King of the Ring, it was sauna and ice bath. That was like the game changer. It was like, whoa, like I've just discovered fire. So yeah, I'm on the hunt to see what I can discover. That's like the new discovering fire.
Yeah. Awesome,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, I like, man, so much goes into it.
Yeah. I think now like I try to refine them a lot more.
Yeah.
And just be like, I try to be professional. Like I try to be a real.
What gives the
athlete.
most value? Because
Yeah.
also your time is limited as
Yeah.
well, right? Because
Yeah.
you're training, 5-6 days a week, physical,
Yep.
sparring twice a week.
Yep.
Yeah, and you got to fit all these other things, and like, what's the most effective way to spend my time when I'm not training? What's going to help me for the next week of training?
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot to consider.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome, dude. I think that's probably all I've really got for you at the moment, dude. I guess we could maybe do like do a little quickfire session I did
Yeah.
last time, and we'll see how we go. All right. What is something that you can definitely not eat as a fighter before training?
Ooh. A big one has been like recently. I don't know why. But maybe all the Muslims will be able to give like a proper answer. But like I don't eat pork when I'm in fight camp. And like I used to, like years ago when I was like amateur, I used to eat pork all the time because it was cheap. But I just decided to stop eating pork because I was like, man, it's kind of like, it's not the best for like your digestive. It's quite hard to digest and stuff like that. So I reckon pork, like
Pork?
Yeah, it's pretty hard to digest. It takes a while to digest as well. So yeah, I've been laying off that for like the past like 3 or so years. And,
Wow.
Yeah.
Any new anybody recently, doesn't have to be a fighter, could be entertainment world, could be whatever, anybody inspired you?
Ooh. Inspired me. A lot of like, I'll say so, like maybe the old school guy. I say old school, but they're the generation before me. Like, one of my coaches, Alexi, he still inspires me to this day. Like, I think not just like a great fighter, but just good role model. Like a real man's man kind of thing. Doesn't look very manly. Looks like a little boy, but it's like quite relatable to me.
Yeah.
Like don't look like a fighter, and I look like kind of like a little kid. But
you do look young, bro.
Yeah, I look so young. But probably should hear the dudes at the gym that I tell them I'm 27. They're just like, oh, that's old, and I'm just like, what? But for him, he's like real manly, and like he's quite a level-headed dude. Very
Stoic.
very stoic, very very mature, very intelligent, super intelligent dude. In fighting and in just normal life. So probably him. I take a lot of inspiration from him, and he had some like crazy wars in fighting and Muay Thai and stuff like that, and just like an insanely high pain tolerance. And I was like, man, like if that guy can do like pretty much everything he's done, like there's no reason no one else can. Like it's not impossible. Like people are capable of so much more. So yeah, definitely him. I would say is the number one. Yeah.
Nice. Have you got a favorite combo you like to throw?
Nah, well, I used to, but like these days, I I try to think, like, not combinations anymore. I try to think, like, what's going to work for this situation, you know? Like, I just kind of let it flow. I let it just come out, and I don't really think. I just sort of... Nico is really good. He trains at City Kickboxing. He's super good at that. He's super good at getting into this flow state where he can just do stuff, and like he'll do like a spinning back first, and then he'll roll into a spinning back kick, and then he'll throw a 1-2-3 leg kick. Like he just flows. So I try to do that. I try not to have like a favorite set move that I like doing or favorite set moves. People will think like I like throwing overhands, but for this last fight, I didn't throw a single overhand in like the fight camp. I was like, no overhands, no Samoan nonsense, no Samoan nonsense.
Yeah,
I was like,
no.
no big overhand,
Yeah.
no mark hunt, no none of that. I was like, all right, we'll just like stick to the basics, stick to straight shots and stuff like that. So I just let it flow. No favorite combination, no favorite setup. I just whatever works on that particular person.
Nice. Is there anything in training that you don't like?
Oof. Early mornings are always tough, but I feel like sometimes my best work comes in the early mornings. Like, why, I don't know, but I hate waking up for training.
Yeah, waking up for training, terrible. I imagine. We start at 6 or 5?
Sometimes because like, for the part-time work I do, like I go in at 10 a.m, so it'll be different times. Like sometimes my other teammates are needing to get to work early, it'll be early mornings, or if it's just me that morning, it'll be a little bit later, like 8 a.m. or something like that. But yeah, I would still say probably waking up in the morning, like waking up sucks, like either way. Yeah. If you got somebody telling you to wake up at this time, or you have something waking you up at that time, it's just like, oh, I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want to. Then you get there and you're like, all right, and then you do it and you're like, all right, I feel better.
Yeah, I should have done that.
Yeah. That's that. Do you still get? Someone else told me this at the gym. I think it might have been a guy I've had on the podcast. Yeah, Adam. He told me this. He said, still to this day, even though he trains like every day, probably like you, like he sometimes like, especially before sparring, he'll get like this feeling of like, oh, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, 100%, man.
It's like I'd rather why like, but I'm like, you still have those feelings, like, and he's like, yeah.
Man, like before, like every training, I was like, man, I do not want to do this. I think it was, even before sparring, I was like, well, sparring's a little bit different. Like, I won't want to do it, but I'll be nervous as well. Like, pretty much, especially when I'm in a fight camp, like 95% of the trainings I'm pretty nervous for because I'm just like, oh man, it's gonna be tough. But I won't want to do it as well. I'm just sitting there, just like, bro, I just cannot. And I'll be like, oh, I did it last week. No, but that was last week's me. This is this week's me. I don't want to. But you just got to, right? Like, you just got to.
There's no choice. There's a fight waiting at the end.
Yeah.
So the early mornings, main ones
suck.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Have you any movies you've been watching recently that you've been inspired by or enjoyed?
Oof. What did I watch on the way to Bali? I don't watch any movies, but if I'm on a plane, that's when I'll like catch up on movies. Last movie I watched actually was Avatar, the first one.
Oh, you never seen it?
Oh, I'd seen it, but like it was
when
on.
It came out.
Yeah, I went to Sydney recently, and the movie was on the plane. I was watching. I was like, this is such a good movie. I haven't seen it in like 8 or so years. But not recently. No, I haven't watched any. No. I'm such a especially after a fight camp, like I'm probably the most like antisocial, I haven't done anything, like, I've been like cooped up in a gym and just been like locked away from the world, and you finish your fight and then you're like, well, this
the world's been rotating,
the world's been doing stuff, like
I bet it is like that. So and before we go, is there anything you want to say, promote, shout out?
Promoting, no, but I would say a big shout out to obviously everyone at my gym, Cora and May, House Pain, my coaches, Ethan and Alexi, and my one sponsor on board, which is Box Finesse. Oz Jabur runs Box Finesse and CSN, so big shout out to him, all the stuff that he does for me and all the gear that he gives me and, opportunities.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome, bro. Hey, man, your journey is fucking awesome. Like, I love that I've gotten to like kind of check it out ever since you did King of the Ring and just going up and up. So keep doing what you're doing. You've got a great mindset and just
keep chipping away.
Keep going, man.
Keep doing cool stuff.
Hell yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
it. Life's short.
Yeah.
You'll be getting older, be like, hell yeah, I did all that cool shit.
Yeah.
That's what it's about at the end of the day.
Yeah, have some cool stories.
Absolutely. Awesome, dude. Thanks for coming on, and thanks everyone for listening.
Cheers for having me.
Bye.